Yeah!
Hi friends, hope you're all doing really well. It's my great pleasure today to introduce you guys to our new products. I mean, not new products, but our relaunch products and our new packaging. We got some formulation changes and we have some new additions. So I'm sure some of you have been anticipating this for some time. So have we. It's definitely taken way longer than we originally thought or hoped it would, but it's also part of the learning process for us. We're pretty much new to this, and I guess we're just kind of overly optimistic in general, but finally the new website is here. So this video should go up today on Monday, the 18th of January. Our Canadian store is up today, and then we just sent product to the US. It should take another 2 weeks or something for it to arrive there, be integrated into the system. So in about 2 weeks, our US site will launch as well. Yeah, so the first thing that's pretty much very clear is that the brand looks completely different, and I'm really excited and so in love with this new brand that we've created. It was a very special process. We were ready to revamp, upgrade, tighten, clarify, etc. the brand. And we were in the fortunate position now where we could work with an outside agency to help us do that. It didn't need to do kind of like in-house chop shop patchwork anymore. The biggest consideration for me, however, was I just really didn't want to get caught up in redoing a professional brand and it just being something contrived that's not us. You know, there's like, to me, a typical brand look that's in Whole Foods that's associated with a health food. I just really didn't want to become that. Not that that's wrong, it's just that's not us. So for me, the most important consideration was somebody that can help us elevate the brand and professionalize it, while at the same time really staying true to who we are and what we're all about. And I think we absolutely nailed that, and it's in huge part thanks to the fact that we work with a branding agency based in Belgium, and the creative director there is a childhood friend of mine. It's somebody that I've grown up with since I was a little kid and has known me and witnessed all my trials and tribulations. And so he knew me and he got me, and he fielded my flurry of crazy disparate ideas with great professionality, and was able to channel all of the different funky and colorful and playful and whimsical creative ideas and anecdotes that we had and really condense it into what I think is a really clean, cogent brand. I'm really super grateful about that. I'm not gonna spend too much time focusing on the brand right now. You guys can see more of that obviously on the website, and then we're about to really re-kick our Instagram profile. We have really cool, awesome creative content already in the works that we're gonna start posting there again soon. The next biggest change that's apparent is the packaging is completely different. As you guys know, before we had a box with 10 individual serving sachets, which just created a tremendous amount of waste, all the individual plastic sachets. So the number one thing for us was to be able to address that, to minimize the waste that's produced. And the second thing is as well that because it's a smaller box, it's harder for us to scale and provide you with the best price per serving when we're selling only 10 servings, right? So the cool thing is now we switched to this packaging that contains 30 servings per pouch. We're selling these for $30 each, meaning it's $1 a serving. Before we sold 10 servings for $23, it was $2.30 a serving. So we were able to bring the price point way down. Many of you have told us in the past that you love our product, but the only time you can afford it really is when we're running our 5 for 50 sale. Our 5 for 50 sale is $50 for 50 servings, $1 a serving. So the best deal we ever had is now just the standard permanent price. If you buy 2 pouches, you get free shipping. So $60, 60 servings, free shipping at your doorstep, which I'm really happy about, that we could offer the best possible deal and value that we can, right? So there aren't any sachets in this. You're just gonna take your spoon, and the cool thing about this is when we use a single serving sachet, we're basically shoehorning one serving in there. But some people might have, like I have a pretty big cup, Some people might have a tiny cup, some people might like it strong, some people might like it generally weak. So though there is a recommended serving size that's printed on the back, it obviously gives you an option to change the exact concentration based on your needs. So it kind of democratizes, if you will, the drink in that sense, in just allowing you to better control the exact concentration and strength. So I'm just going to discuss some of the kind of general formulation changes that touches everyone, and then I'll go through each one by one and discuss any other potential changes, and of course introduce you guys to the 2 new ones to the team. The two general changes we have are, first of all, we removed sugar completely. Originally my idea was to just help balance the flavor and not require a person to add anything else. I added what I perceived to be a tiny bit of sugar, which was 3 grams per serving. A lot of people reached out and said, hey man, I'm maybe on a specific diet, or some people were, had genuine health issues like diabetes and stuff, and they said, man, I would love to try this and consume this, but I can't because of the sugar. Obviously some people that I spoke to as well told me, hey, they really like that there's a bit of sugar, that they don't have to think about adding it later. But again, the idea is to democratize it, to open it up to as many people as possible. So of course, all of us, are able to add our own sweetener of choice at home, whether you use sugar or maple syrup or stevia or xylitol, whatever. I'm not forcing you to use the sweetener I think you should use anymore. That's not like, the ball's in your court there. You need to decide exactly how sweet you want it and what sweetener, if at all. Obviously. I always recommend, because if you think of the 4 flavor dimensions, sweet, acidic, spicy, and salty, you really get a pleasant consumptive experience when those things are balanced. So I do think it's worth adding a tiny bit of sugar to them. The second big change is to do with what exact medicinal mushrooms or functional mushrooms are present in the formula. So before, what I did was kind of just roughly match 2 different mushrooms with a flavor based on what I think would be the usage occasion. So for instance, the coffee black and bitter always had lion's mane and cordyceps. And so the idea was they're kind of like, coffee, you drink it to give you energy, cordyceps is good for giving energy, and people also obviously drink coffee for the cognitive effects, and lion's mane helps support nerve growth factor, etc. So it kind of makes more or less a kind of good combination. The problem with that was, if you, for instance, didn't drink coffee, let's say you only drank cacao, but you really wanted lion's mane, you couldn't get that because cacao had reishi and chaga. So again, it forced everyone to drink specific mushrooms based on their beverage preference. So I didn't want to do that. So instead, what we did right now is we made a new blend. It's our own custom blend that we're calling the 6 Protectors. And I'm putting the 6 Protectors because I chose these 6 mushrooms specifically because, as far as the peer-reviewed literature is concerned, they're the ones with the best data in terms of immune support, efficacy and safety. And so one of the primary repositioning of our product and brand is I really want this to feel like it's a delicious daily immune supplement. It's something that's going to help support in a preventative medicine sense, gonna help empower your own immune system as you consume it every single day. But it's not a boring pill or a powder you have to chug down. It's a delicious beverage that most of us are consuming anyway, so it's actually a pleasant experience to have. So the 6 mushrooms are shiitake, reishi, chaga, lion's mane, turkey tail, and maitake. That's number 6. We'll have loads more information on these mushrooms on our website. We're getting very happy to say as well, we hired a full-time content editor. Shout out Renata, yeah. And so we're gonna have much more regular content coming every week and much more information on our products and the different mushrooms and their benefits and stuff like that. So those are the 2 big changes. No sugar and the same 6 mushrooms in all of them. So it doesn't matter what your flavor is you consume, you're gonna get the benefits of all of these different mushrooms. Actually, another change that touches them all, that I'll briefly touch on when I go through them one by one, is we changed the names. So before we had very straightforward names: coffee, black and bitter, cafe latte, matcha latte, turmeric latte. I just wanted it to be a little bit more fun and whimsical and playful and kind of personify the drinks a little bit more by giving them each more unique names. The other thing is as well is when you call something a latte, in the collective mind, a latte means something very specific. Usually it's something you get at Starbucks that's uber foamy. And so a lot of people would say like, wow, when they mix our latte at home, matcha latte, cafe latte, it doesn't look like anything I get at Starbucks. So, you know, it's very important to kind of help people understand and have the right expectations by giving it a correct name. So when we make up a brand new name, essentially we're just you know, starting with a blank slate. So we did that as far as possible. Some of them are borrowing, obviously, so I'll run through each of them one by one in random order, kind of. So we can start with Americano. Americano is what was before the coffee black and bitter. There aren't any formula. The sourcing, the ingredients are all the same except for the two changes that I mentioned, but we now call it Americano. Café Olé is what was always known as Cafe Latte, and again, it's the exact same. We changed the name. The name is kind of a fun play because, you know, Cafe Latte just actually means coffee with milk in Italian, I guess, latte. So in French, that would be Café Olé, A-U-L-A-I-T. So just kind of a play on words. Instead of saying Olé, we say Olé, Café Olé. So this is what was before the Cafe Latte. Next up we have Matchaté, which is just completely made up but awesome sounding word. And that's what was the matcha latte. We found I switched to a different supplier, matcha from Japan, and it's really awesome and amazing, and so we're really happy and excited about this. I love the new product. Next up is Curcumama, and man, this is, when I'm gonna be honest with you, this is obviously the turmeric latte. So curcu is the curcumin, which is the main compound in it, and mama just because it's got kind of like a motherly, soothing feel to it when you drink it. I can definitely taste that. I had a cup right here. That good. So I was never, to be honest, a fan of our original turmeric latte. I get that people like it, it just wasn't my jam at all. And with this one we actually have quite a big difference. Before I made a custom blend of a mixture of turmeric root, the whole root, with turmeric extract, and that's where the turmeric came from. That's completely gone now. This, and as far as I know, and of course I could be wrong, I don't study every single product on the market, but as far as I know, we're the only people that are using this now. So the turmeric now is actually a very special supplier based in Austin in Texas, but he grows and processes in India. He's got connections there, family connections, and so basically they grow the turmeric root, they juice it, and then they take the fresh juice that was cold pressed juice as well, and then they freeze dry it. So it's really just freeze dried turmeric juice in here, and it is insanely awesome stuff. It takes 100 pounds of root to make 1 pound of this powder, and it's got such a amazingly, it really retains that deep, complex, multi-note flavor from that fresh turmeric has. And I've gone from somebody that didn't like the turmeric latte at all to, honestly, I consume this every single day now. It's so goddamn awesome, really. I just love this product. It's probably, along with another one that I'll touch on soon, probably my favorite product of ours now. So yeah, get it. Next up we have Cacaowah, which again is just a completely made up term. I just thought it sounded cool, and the formulation is the exact same. We're using the same supplier of Criollo cacao from Ecuador. Love this stuff. Then we move on to the two new guys. I guess first I'll quickly touch on Cape Rooibosch. So Cape Rooibosch is Rooibosch flavored. It uses a water-soluble Rooibosch extract, and for those of you who don't know, Rooibosch actually only grows in one place in the world, and that's in South Africa, and that's where I'm also from originally. And I was actually bottle fed on Rooibosch when I was a little baby, so me and Rooibosch go way back, way back. And so I'm really happy to share this with you guys. It's the reason, you know, the two new flavors are both, again, non-caffeinated flavors. We had overwhelming amount of people requesting more non-caffeinated flavors. So I'm glad to say the two new flavors we've added now are both non-caffeinated. Cape Rooibosch, the name just refers to Cape. The Cape, that's the area, kind of general area in South Africa where this is from. And then Rooibosch is just a play. The SCH spelling is kind of old Afrikaans spelling. So right now, actually, that's how you spell Rooibosch, but I added the CH just as a kind of heritage throwback nod to the roots and all of those things, right? And then finally, the ginger latte. Or not ginger latte, sorry, Gingerati, which is was a very unexpected addition. I thought the 7th flavor was going to be a decaf coffee. A lot of you guys asked for that. I just couldn't find one. You know, we're unfortunately at the scale where we don't buy enough coffee to buy directly from producers and send it here on a barge. We rely on distributors here, right? Kind of the next level down. So what I can get is what distributors here have, and there isn't a huge market for organic decaf instant coffee, unfortunately. There were a few samples, none of them had, I was really not happy with the quality, so I'd rather wait either until we can scale or until a distributor has a great tasting product for us. Before I bring the product to market, I don't want to bring a subpar product to market just to have it. So then we thought we were just going to do 6 when I couldn't find, and then the person who makes the amazing magical turmeric juice powder that I spoke about, he said he was going to send me a ginger juice powder sample as well, just to try out. I didn't really think much of it because I'm really not a big fan of ginger powder at all. I feel like ginger powder doesn't really taste like ginger to me. It tastes soapy and it doesn't have any of that kind of fresh, fragrant kick. So I was very skeptical. I didn't really think about it much. And then it's the only product that I made because when I tasted the ingredient, it was so amazing. It was so closely resembling fresh ginger that I decided, well, we actually have to make a product based on this just so that people get to experience this awesomeness. So I really love this too. And actually my favorite thing and what I'm drinking here is I combine these two. I take a tiny teaspoon of each and that's my favorite jam pretty much now. Yeah, so those are all our new flavors. We'll do another video shortly, updated version. I know there's still a video on our channel right now of Robin preparing them. We'll show some of our other favorite ways to prepare it, kind of the basic ones, and then kind of, I don't want to call it more advanced, but if you have special like frothing equipment, which we do, how to really make the ultimate representation of it. And then also I'll share some ideas about, you know, different things you can add and different ways of combining them. Obviously, for instance, the matcha and the ginger also combine really well. And strangely enough, something that's pretty popular now because of Laird Hamilton is mixing your coffee with turmeric, which I was very skeptical about in the beginning, but I actually really like that too. And it's a way to add more anti-inflammatory compounds when you have your coffee, obviously. Alright friends, that's about it for today. I know that was quite a lot. I hope I didn't lose too many of you along the way. I was gonna send out a long email describing everything and it was like 6 pages and I thought, well, it's gonna be way easier to consume all of this if I just sit here and chat with you guys. We're really very happy and grateful for all of you guys. We're very excited about this year ahead, for the new brand, the new products, for further growth. We have so many cool things planned content-wise. We're gonna be producing blogs and videos on a way more regular frequency now, and we're super excited about all this, man. It's been such an awesome adventure, really. One last thing is, you know, guys, I just want to mention that all these changes, the changes to the packaging, the formula changes, all of this came about because of you guys. People that took the time to share their feedback, whether on email, in person, or on social media. We love constructive critique because it allows us to put a finger on the pulse of how, you know, what you guys perceive and how you guys feel about our products, and how, you know, you guys are able to point out our blind spots. And that's where we know our weaknesses lie, and that's how we can improve and grow. And in that way, truly what I've said on the website too before is Tainan, I view primarily as an idea of co-creation. It's like, these aren't my ideas in action. They're a dance between our ideas and your ideas, and somewhere in the middle they meet and it expresses itself as this product and this company and this brand. And so I'm incredibly grateful for everyone that gave us feedback. Keep it up, you know. I want to invite you guys, you know, our evolution is by no means done. We are a perpetual work in progress. We can always seek to improve and grow more. So have a look at the new website. When our social media is up again, have a look at that. when you get the products, try it out and let me know what you think. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. We really value your feedback, man, so much. Like that's like the lifeblood of what helps us evolve, you know. So please keep it up. Always an open invitation. My email is fawn, F-A-A-N, @teonan.com. You can email me at any time with anything you want to share with me. I'm always super grateful for that, you know. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you have a beautiful day, and thanks for being with us. Yeah, keep well.